it would appear that all-out war in the Middle East is a racing certainty. This has been caused by the deliberate wrecking of the ceasefire agreed by 4 countries. So war is back. Starvation is back. And the United States now must take full responsibility for it. In the first time in the long and tortured history of America's relations with the Arab world, we have an American president who has effectively joined the war against the beleaguered Palestinian people. He has declared an American occupation of the internationally recognized Palestinian territory of Gaza, and he's given a green light to Netanyahu to annex the West Bank, a precursor, no doubt. The reason to believe that it might just be some kind of brainstorm that was going on in Donald Trump's mind was that he said he was going to buy the Gaza Strip. I presume because he doesn't like to pay for things with his own money if other people's money can be deployed, he meant that the United States was going to buy the Gaza Strip. But as I pointed out here on Wednesday, buy from whom? The Gaza Strip is owned by the Palestinian people who live there and overwhelmingly were born there. It's their land and they don't want to sell. So how are you going to buy a Gaza Strip where the owners have no intention of selling? Maybe he'd been misadvised. Maybe he thought that Gaza was owned by Israel. The American fighters, Rangers, Delta Force soldiers, crack fighters, ask them how it went in a rambling shanty town called Mogadishu, and then ponder, scale it up, what that would be like in the rubble of Gaza. You don't have enough good soldiers to take control of Gaza. And if you did, the war of attrition, the resistance, the resistance of the Palestinian fighters against American occupiers would bleed your army for years, long after you've left the White House. How long do you think the American public would put up with that? This is madness, President Trump. You're not going to buy the Gaza. You're not going to take the Gaza. You're not going to occupy the Gaza. The Gaza will never be a Trump Tower and assorted condominiums, casinos, and all the rest of the Florida paraphernalia. None of these things will ever happen. And they won't happen for another reason also. Nobody is going to take 2.3 million Palestinians. So forget that. And that brings me to the Hashemite. I've seen many pitiful, pitiable scenes in my life. I've seen abject humiliation. I've seen the look of being on the verge of a nervous breakdown many times in my long life. But I've never seen anything so pitiful as a so-called Arab king, all 4'11" of them, sitting there next to Donald Trump in the White House at a press conference this week. King Abdullah will never recover from the shame of those moments where he had to listen. He chose to listen to Donald Trump boasting of how he was now the owner of Gaza, that he was going to remove 2.3 million Palestinians from it, and that he would not let them return. I don't know if you saw King Abdullah's eyes, his trembling lips. I don't know if you saw the tick that he seemed instantly, immediately to have developed. I won't try and mimic it because I don't like to mock the afflicted. But I was ashamed for him. Black, burning shame to the roots of the hair. That is what must have been the experience of the Hashemite king of Jordan, whose grandfather was appointed by the British